early morning in the Connecticut Berkshires, and 3 eager anglers set out for some smallmouth bass. The party consists of Mrs. Roy Chapman Andrews, wife of the famed explorer, Dr. Andrews, their host Abel Smith, and their guide. From a tackle box full of plugs and flies, Dr. Andrews takes one of his favorite bass bugs and attaches it. The slow-motion camera catches Andrews in a smooth exhibition of fly casting. He aims for a spot near lily pads where bass are likely to lurk. He has one and plays it skillfully. Many sportsmen claim that ounce for ounce and pound for pound, the smallmouth bass is the gamest fish that swims. Getting in on the final moment of success, Mrs. Andrews expertly wields the net and hauls aboard a scrappy 2-pounder. An expert angler herself, Mrs. Andrews displays her plug casting technique, another popular way to land the smallmouth. The plug is a painted wooden or plastic lure that Mr. Bass usually discovers, much too late, isn't what he thought it was. Mrs. Andrews casts again in slow motion, revealing the effortless form she's mastered. Strike. This bass may be unlucky, but he's full of fight. Then is the smallmouth, which has snapped a careless angler's rod or parted his line. This angler, however, doesn't come in the careless category. Abel Smith likes the live bait method and attaches a minnow to his hook. This calls for strip casting, which is the way you cast heavy bait on a fly rod. Smith uses a sidearm motion with slack line stripped out in his hand. The weight of the minnow carries out the line. Once he casts, he keeps stripping in line, allowing the minnow to swim naturally and attract his victim. Nor does it take very long to get some action. For the landing, the party takes time out for a short rest and a sampling of the best eating fish in the lake. Abel Smith, who prepares these fish, gets an assist from nature in the form of a remarkably flat piece of soapstone, which serves as a natural grill. Fish fried in the open air, served up with corn on the cob, will renew even the most jaded of appetites. Up to a tempting picnic-style meal, with a few neighboring anglers invited over to join them. After lunch and back on the lake, Mrs. Andrews varies things by trying her luck with a wet fly. One which is submerged, results are just as satisfying, and it's 2.5 more pounds of fighting fish headed for the net.
In slow motion, Dr. Andrews neatly flicks out a dry fly. Time was when this was principally a wrist movement. But in recent years, anglers have found that they can get greater distance by putting a little more arm into the motion without destroying the necessary smoothness of the cast. There is no weight to carry a fly on its course. The weight of the line itself does the trick when properly handled. He has one, and the way that rod bends, it appears to be the biggest one of the day. But he's a goner. This is that final exciting moment which pays off for the angler's patience and skill, which helps make up for the one that got away. And there isn't a fisherman who's landed one of these beauties who doesn't thrill to the battling qualities of the smallmouth bass.